The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
With the goal on the shorthander.
A Q Media Group production.
Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I mean, he can't miss.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the WCMP mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
He's got a lot of room to run, and he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside St. Benedict's College down at their gymnasium for tonight's Section 6 AA Girls Basketball Semifinal. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in here for this playoff basketball matchup between these two teams, the Milaca Wolves and the Pine City Dragons, covering both of our listening areas of KBEK and WCMP. It should be a really good matchup here this evening between these two squads, and boy, oh boy, I'm just excited to be back out and calling some playoff basketball action once again. But this game here tonight is going to be a really good one between these two teams. We'll get into how they've done during this postseason in just a moment, but want to take time to thank you, our loyal listener, for tuning in here this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast that we do. Of course, without them, we wouldn't be able to be out here and bring you any of these games, so appreciate them. And also, they allow us to bring you these games for free. So huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors, get some business taken care of here first, and then we'll dive deep into how these two teams have done here in the postseason on both nice 95.5 KBEK and Anthem Country 106.5 FM AM 1350 WCMP.
The Classic Edge HDX from Central Boiler is the outdoor wood furnace for you.
This furnace can heat anything, your house, shop, greenhouse, even a pool, all with one Classic Edge HDX.
The Firestar combustion control takes all the worry and guesswork out of wood heating.
It automatically controls combustion for highest efficiency with any kind of firewood, and you can remotely monitor the furnace from anywhere.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local Central Boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Looking for bingo with a bang? Saturday, March 28th, 2 p.m. Gun Bingo at Doc Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. You get a chance to win firearms instead of cash. Yep, shotguns, rifles, pistols. Bingo! It's all for a great cause, supporting the East Central Spurs, a local chapter of Pheasants Forever. Great food, great fun, and prizes with a bang. Make a day of it. Visit DocSportsBarSturgeon.com to pre-register. Gun Bingo! Saturday, March 28th, Doc's in Sturgeon Lake.
At First National Bank of Milaca, with offices in Milaca, Isle, Gilman, and Zimmerman, they pride themselves on providing small-town, personalized customer service with updated technology solutions that allow you to bank with them anytime, anywhere, whether you value calling or stopping in to talk to a real live banker, or value the convenience of online or mobile banking. They've got you covered. If you're looking for a bank that cares about you or your community, come to First National Bank at one of their 4 branch offices. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on WCMP and KBEK, just about getting ready for the pregame warm-ups as we've got this Section 6 AA semifinal game between the Pine City Dragons and the Milaca Wolves. Again, both these teams cover our listing area for KBEK, obviously Milaca, and then for WCMP, Pine City. So we've got two teams that cover our local listening area, and tonight should be a good one. Again, the Section semifinal, Milaca won this game over Royalton last year. This year, they're looking to punch their ticket to the championship game for, golly, it would be the first time, and if it has been, I don't know, in my broadcasting time, they have not made the championship game. So in my broadcasting time, this would be the first time that they would have made it there. I don't know about in the history of their team. I'm sure they have, but in my time broadcasting, this would be the first. So as we take a look at these two teams, how they kind of did getting to this point, well, obviously wins. They both won in the first and second round. They both got favorable matchups, maybe in the first round. We'll take a look. For the Wolves, they did a really good job handling their first round opponent in Maple Lake. They beat them 71-36, and then they went to round 2. For Pine City, it was a little bit of a different story. They had their work cut out for them against Melrose. That game, they were down by 10 at half, 31-21. But all they did was come out in the second half, hold Melrose to 25 points, and go out and score 39 in the second half to get the victory, 60-56. So then both teams came here this past Saturday to play in their quarterfinal matchups. And who did they play? Well, Milaca played a familiar opponent in Royalton. As I mentioned, Milaca beat Royalton in this very game last year, and at that time, Royalton was undefeated. Milaca was able to beat Royalton. It was a defensive battle, and it was a battle right up to the very end. Kind of a tale of, honestly, 4 different halves. The first half of the first half was all Milaca. The second half of the first half was kind of all Royalton. Then, the second half, Milaca came out, created 6 turnovers right away, and went up and led by double digits. But then the second half of the second half was almost all Royalton. But right at the end, Royalton got into a little bit of foul trouble. Milaca made the most of the free throws, and they were able to hold on for the victory, 51-47. On the other side, Pine City played Legacy Christian Academy. This was also a rematch for Pine City. This was a rematch from earlier in the year. Pine City fell at Legacy Christian by 1 point, 50-51. So they were certainly looking to make it a little bit of a different game. In that game, it was definitely a tale of 2 halves, although Pine City played pretty well in both halves. In the first half, Legacy Christian Academy pretty much got hot from outside and maybe even got a little bit lucky as well. They were shooting over 70% from outside the arc, and they had a ton of threes in the first half alone. Pine City, while not playing bad defense or bad offense, just couldn't quite match the same output, and the shots were just not falling, although Coach Judd, in talking with him post-game, he wasn't too upset about it because he knew it was only a matter of time before they started to fall. Well, in the second half, it was an okay start for both teams. But Pine City, it felt like early on they had the advantage. That's what it felt like. It felt like they had the advantage. They had the momentum. They were the better team in that second half. But again, Melrose just continued to get some shots from outside to fall, and they were just making the most of every opportunity. But they were starting to miss some shots there in that second half, and that's when Pine City started to capitalize. And one of the biggest things that they did in capitalizing was on the Legacy Christian fouls. Legacy Christian got into a bit of foul trouble there as the half went along, and Pine City pounced on that. They did a good job at the free throw line, but it really came at the point when we had a foul late in the game that Legacy Christian took exception to, which wound up getting them a technical foul. That technical foul would put them to the free throw line to shoot 4 shots in a row with nobody around. And Mallory Klepper went to the line and made all 4. That was just the start of the run that they would go on, and they would finish the game. Golly, I don't even remember. They would finish the game on a 22-3 run, getting the win, 63-46. So Pine City dominates the last half of the second half and comes away with a huge victory over Legacy Christian. Meanwhile, for this Milaca team, they had a close game, and they only played really 5 players. They did get Bakoven into the game, but she was in there very sparingly, and she was in maybe a total of 4 minutes in the entire game. So they seen a little bit of fatigue in that game against Royalton, and they were able to play through that and still get the victory over Royalton. It will be interesting to see tonight how deep the Milaca Wolves decide to go against Pine City, and we know Pine City, they go about 6-7 deep. So with players, obviously Rhea Johnson and Maggie Judd come off the bench, but then you also have oh my goodness, I'm missing it, and I read a good note. I apologize, Rhea. I could not believe I forgot you. So Rhea Johnson, Maggie Judd, and Rediga Note each come off the bench. So they go about 8 deep, but it just kind of depends on when they decide to go with how deep they go there. But for Pine City, again, they were the better team against Legacy Christian, and it was just kind of a matter of, okay, when is everything going to start falling for us? When are we going to be able to start getting these shots fall and really starting to see this game go our way? And again, their defense was the main reason why they got that to happen in that game. And, well, they came out and played really well in that second. Again, they played well all game. It was just that, well, Legacy honestly got a little bit lucky and started to go on a big run. For Milaca, again, they played really good. Royalton's a really good team. I think that's what we fail to remember. I think we maybe sometimes get caught and look at teams like, okay, our team is really good, and we forget that other teams are really good as well. And for Milaca, I don't think that was the case. I don't think they at all forgot that, oh, Royalton's a good team. That's not it at all. I think just Royalton was able to catch a little bit of fire and get Milaca running and get on their heels a little bit. And one of the biggest keys to that was the fact that they were shooting really well from outside. Chloe Reedy, one of the players for Royalton, man, did she get open early and often. And that was one of the bigger reasons why they were able to close that gap that Milaca had once made. And although for Milaca, their defense, once again, came out and finished off the game really strong. As we'll go ahead and dive in a little bit to how these offenses and defenses go for these two teams. For Milaca, well, their defense is pretty darn good. Only number 1 in all of all of Section 6AA. So their defense, the best in 6AA. Pine City's, although not the best, they're right in the middle. Their offense is getting on a roll. Now, the points per game really won't show you how good they are and how good they've been. But in many of the games to end the season, they were scoring 80, 70 points consistently each and every time out. Again, they scored 63 there against Legacy Christian. So 57 points per game really won't tell you how good this offense is. But let me tell you, this is a team that could average 65 to 66 points per game quite easily and be right at the top with the other teams like Foley, who has the best offense in the section, scoring 66 points per game. So you look at these two teams, and they're kind of similar. And I'll get into that and why they're similar in just a little bit. But first, we're going to hear a word from our fine sponsors, because if they, didn't sponsor us, we wouldn't be able to be out here and call these games, but also we wouldn't be able to bring you this game for free. So we're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors, then we'll be back here on KBK and WCMP.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Get your quote today at pineagency.us. Pineagency.us.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Back here on WCMP and KBK in the Here's the Pitch pregame show. getting ready for this Section 6AA semifinal game here at the College of St. Benedict's. This is our first of 2 games here tonight, both semifinals. This one will have 2 local teams, Milaca and Pine City. The next game will have 1 local team, Foley, taking on Sauk Center. And, well, I'm honestly just hoping for 2 teams in the championship game. That would be really cool. Although that would be sad because then one team, unfortunately, has to have their season come to an end. Well, one team has to in this game, too, which is also going to be really sad, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But taking a look at these 2 teams and what I think they need to do here and how they're similar, and that's what I kind of told you about before the break, is how these 2 teams were so similar in their style of play. Well, they're similar, and they're not exact, but they're similar in the way they're aggressive defensively. Now, they are in different ways. For Milaca, they go through the Gothmans, Madison and Annabelle. It is through both of them that they will go and get that ball. And if you have that ball down around your waist, well, you can kiss it goodbye because Madison or Annabelle is going to come away with a steal and possibly go back the other way for a fast break and score, whether it's a 2 or a 3. That's how they play their defense. Now, there are other players who can get it done, but those are kind of the mainstays of the defense and who are going to be the talking points when we're talking about defense. Now, obviously, they have other players who can absolutely get it done defensively, like Tesh and Johnson. Tesh is one of those young ladies who is going to really be a name that we'll have to keep an eye on in this game because she is going to be, I think, a key to for their success tonight in different ways. And I think one of the biggest ways is foul trouble. If they get into foul trouble, mainly the Gothmans, Tesh is going to have to, well, I think she'll be a part of the game plan. She's going to have to step up and make some plays defensively. She made some plays offensively. She got some big rebounds there in their last game, but she's going to have to step up and play a little bit more aggressive defensively. Although she's primarily a post-defensive player, I think they'll swing her around a little bit more if either of them start to get into foul trouble. For Pine City, their defense is also aggressive, but they kind of more do it with traps. Getting into traps, putting their hands in passing lanes, taking the ball away, and getting fast breaks up the court and scoring some easy buckets. We've seen that a couple of times in their last game where they got a fast break opportunity with Vivian Lotti, with Paige Gray a couple times, but both of those young ladies can hit it from outside, and that's what's so unique about this Pine City team. Every single one of the starters who gets out onto the court, or their 3 bench players, they can all hit it from long range. They can all go inside and drive to the basket as well. None of them are afraid. So that is one thing that I do enjoy about this Pine City team is the fact that, well, yes, they are aggressive defensively, and they do have the ability to do kind of the same thing that Milaca does, although kind of more by committee, if you will. Pine City, their defense is more about getting out in transition, and they still play solid defensively, but their offense, man, is so versatile with where everyone can get it done. Obviously, you have the 2 big players, the post players in Mallory Klepper and Kate Unverzat, and they're just so special, both of them are. So this is going to be a good game here tonight. It's going to be, man, it's going to be tough because one of these teams has to lose, and their season is going to end. So that's going to be the hard part, and, man, it's always sad when our local teams lose. But for me, I'm a Pine City kid, so I got to say I'm biased in this game. And I've also been calling games for the 4 Pine City seniors, Vivian Lotti, Mallory Klepper, Paige Gray, and Brooke Boland, since they were in their 8th grade years. I think almost all of them actually played some varsity in their 8th grade season. I know they played some in their freshman year, and then sophomore through senior, they've all had starting time on varsity and pretty much have been starters since their sophomore years with this Pine City team. So win or lose, there's obviously going to be one way where that's going to be really sad to see these seniors' season come to an end for both squads. But again, been calling games for those 4 Pine City seniors for a while now. So as much as I want to say, yeah, I'm a Pine City kid, I'm just hoping both teams play well. Again, I'm still vying that we can have both teams win. They can combine as one and go play in the championship game. But until that happens, I have to stay unbiased and call it as if I'm just, I guess, a fan of neither and a fan of both at the same time because, again, a Pine City kid, Pine City graduate, been calling games for Pine City basically my whole career, so I got to stay as unbiased as possible. But The funny thing about that is I've been calling a lot of games from Milaca too the last 3 years. They have been a team that we have been watching really closely. And last year, when I seen their playoffs, I was like, you know what? That team has obviously grown, but I looked at them and I said, I think this team has a chance to make a deep playoff run. I came out here to their section quarterfinal game, and man, what a game that was, and that was a good win for them. And I don't know, I think I said it in the preseason before the championship run for Milaca last year, and I was just kind of like, I think Milaca might be a dark horse. And boy, were they ever. They made it to the championship game, beating Royalton, again, who was undefeated at that time in the semifinal. And they got to the championship game and got against Sauk Center, which they had two really tall players who just kind of took over that game. But Milaca still played well. They still fought and still came in second in the section. So not a bad season at all for Milaca last year. And now they're only the number 1 seed, have gone on something like a 13-game win streak up to this point from the end of the regular season. Yeah, they've won 13 in a row. So for them, man, oh man, they would like to keep that streak going here this evening. And it's going to be interesting to see how early the Wolves decide to go into their bench or how late they decide to go. I think that will be, out of the many things we're watching for here this evening, I think one of the biggest things is going to be how early do the Wolves go to depth, and will Pine City go before or after? It's going to be kind of a chess match here this evening between these two teams. And another big thing, I think that this will be kind of the second key to this game, is fouls. Which team can stay out of foul trouble? You'd like to say both will, but in playoff games, there's usually one team who stays out of foul trouble and usually one team who gets themselves into a little bit of foul trouble. Now, it doesn't have to be drastically different, but anytime you get into the bonus for one team and the other team is not, that's less than ideal. Doesn't mean that it's a game over by any means, but and then looking defensively, I think Pine City's just got to play sound defense. They got to play within themselves. They can't play two one way, two this way. They can't play for revenge either. They lost to this team and probably should have won that game earlier in the season, but give credit to Milaca. They came out and played a heck of a second half. So for both these teams, but we'll stick with Pine City for now, I think they've got to just continue to play their type of basketball. Don't do anything to try and be a hero. Remember that you are 5 out on the court. You have to be all 5 as one, because that is when they play their best basketball, and that is when really there's nobody that in this section that can beat them. When they're all 5 of them on the court are playing as one, there's not a team, in my opinion, that can beat this team. And then offensively, you just got to continue to move the ball around really well and be confident in their shots. We've seen them a couple times this year where they didn't get the shots falling. It was like, they're just not confident. I think they need to get out, play with confidence early on here in this game. And, I mean, it sounds simple, but it's easier said than done. For Milaca, just play your defense. Don't go out and try and match up or do anything different. Just play your style of defense and understand and have confidence that the results will follow. You're going to be just fine in your defense. But one of the things they're going to have to watch out for is just making sure they're in good position. With Pine City, the way they move the ball around, that's the thing. They get you out of position sometimes, and then all of a sudden you're chasing, and now all of a sudden Pine City's up a few points, and then it's by double digits. So make sure Pine City isn't able to do that on you. Obviously, this Milaca squad, very fundamentally sound, but make sure they don't do that, and then try and bother the post players in Klepper and Unverzat. I think if you can get into them a little bit and get them off their game here in this early on, I think that will also be something to watch out for, because sometimes when you can affect the bigger players, the kind of the post players early on, that can have an effect, because then they can't pass the ball as effectively. Then they second guess when they're going up for a shot underneath the basket. So I think that'll also be something that we watch out for here in this game. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for our Here's the Pitch pregame. When we come back, it's time for your starting lineups and tip-off here in this Section 6 AA semifinal on Anthem Country WCMP and Nice 95.5 KBK.
Are you looking for the perfect way to promote your business? Custom apparel's the answer, and tdealers.com makes it easy. Let's build your brand together. From the design stage to production, we are on your team to create gear that gets noticed. Whether you're building a brand or repping your business, we got your back. High quality merch, fast turnaround, and no stress. So go to tdealers.com and check out our winter sweatshirt special.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
ECE Fiber Internet, the best choice for you. Affordable packages for home and business with reliable service and no hidden fees. ECE Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com.
In service to one, in service to all, for over 100 years, the Pine City Knights of Columbus has donated thousands of dollars and volunteered countless hours to many great programs in the Pine City community. Stay tuned for more information about their upcoming events. They need your support at these events to help raise funds for the continued support of these programs.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle in Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Did you know that at Pine City Family Chiropractic you can unwind and de-stress with a relaxing massage? Pine City Family Chiropractic is proud to offer massage therapy as an addition to your health and wellness goals. Our therapists are highly trained in many modalities from therapeutic to relaxing. Each of our therapists can customize your session to your specific needs. Call Pine City Family Chiropractic at 320-629-6717 to schedule your massage today.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back here on WCMP and KBEK, we're getting your starting lineups here this evening. And starting for the Pine City Dragons, they are the away team as the lower seed, so they will wear their all whites. And starting for them, it will be number 2, Mallory Klepper. Then number 4, Paige Gray. Number 11, Brooke Boland. Number 12, Kate Unverzant. And number 23, Vivian Latti. They are head coached by Pedrick Judd. On the other side for the Milaca Wolves, it will be number 2, Kylie Johnson. Number 5, Tegan Taylor. Number 10, Annabelle Gothman. Number 22, Madison Gothman. And number 33, Azalea Tesh. They are, of course, head coached by Todd Haas. Dragons in the all-white, as I mentioned, green letters and numbers outlined in black. The green trim on the neck and the sleeve of the jerseys. The bottom of the short as well. They got the Dragon logo on each side of the shorts. For the Wolves, they are in the all-blacks. The white numbers outlined in red. The red letters outlined in white. The red and white trim on the sleeve and the neck. And then on the bottom of the short, it is all red with white and red trim. And that wolf logo on the on both sides of the short as well. Section 6 AA semi-final matchup coming your way as Pine City breaks their huddle. They're getting ready at center court. I am facing the west basket. That is the basket that Milaca will go towards here in the first half to score on. Pine City will come towards me, towards the east basket. That's the basket that they will score on. Unverzat, Tesh at center court for the tip. I'm going to try and call my best game of my career. This is going to be a good one. Tip is won by Madison Gothman, and we are underway. Madison Gothman at the top of the key gives over on the far side to Tegan Taylor. Tegan Taylor, she'll drift. She'll go to the top of the key. Now she'll give to Annabelle Gothman. Annabelle Gothman now stares. She looks, trying to get a screen from Tesh. She hands off to Madison. Madison coming back this way. She'll look to get around a defender, but then she's rolling into Mallory, then gives outside to Annabelle. Annabelle will look, give to Taylor. Taylor at the top of the key. That three, is going to be off the mark, and Klepper is going to get the rebound. Klepper will pull it in and give to Boland. Boland will bring it forward. She looks on this near side to Gray. Gray with the early three. It's off the mark. Unverzat, though, with the rebound. Now on this near side, Lottie for three. That's going to be no good. And rebounded there by Annabelle Gothman. Gothman will bring it forward, looking to push the pace a little bit, trying to cut through the defense. Kick outside. Taylor once again, this time from three. That's going to be good. And the Wolves are on the board first. Not ideal if you're Pine City to see that get down early on, especially when you had 2 threes that missed, but it's only 3-0 and we're only a minute in. Meanwhile, here come the Dragons back the other way. Lottie to Boland, now to Gray, back to Lottie, that's Boland, now to Unverzat. Unverzat will kick in the corner to Lottie, now to Klepper. This goes through her hands to Boland. Boland will drive inside, lost the ball for a moment, and it's going to be a jump ball as she was tied up by Kylie Johnson, and the possession arrow will point the way of the Dragons. That is one thing that the Dragons are going to have to be careful of. If you're not going to hold on to the ball strong as strong can be, Milaca's going to get in there and take the ball away. Meanwhile, here's Klepper underneath. She backs down the defender and lays it in for 2. So 3-2. Here comes Annabelle Gothman, and the thing with her is she's got that quick twitch, so if she decides to turn it on and get past it, well, she can. She looks for a screen from Tesh, but here comes Lottie. Now over to Madison Gothman for 3. That's going to be off the mark into the hands of Mallory Klepper. Klepper will bring it forward. She's going to slow things down. She thought about the 3, now give to Boland. Boland back to Klepper. Klepper's going to take the 3. That's going to no good, and it's rebounded by Madison Gothman. Gothman will bring it forward. She looks across the court, looking to Taylor. That's where she'll go. And now Taylor will bring it to the top of the key. She's looking to Tesh. Tesh looking for the cut. And now they'll give to Kylie Johnson. Johnson holding on to it, trying to go inside to Madison Gothman. Madison Gothman pulls it down. She's going to try and drive baseline, kick outside. Taylor's wide open, but that one's going to miss. Kylie Johnson gets the rebound. This one's going to miss, and it's rebounded by Klepper once again. That's going to be a big key here tonight, too, is Klepper on the rebounds. Meanwhile, they go quickly up the court. Vivian Lottie was left alone underneath the basket, and she scores. Great find by Boland to get that one to her in time for the score. 15.5 minutes to go in the first half. Still way early on. On the far side, Taylor has it. She looks. Now she'll drive to the top of the key. She'll look at Tesh and Annabelle. Annabelle, and now Tegan Taylor just says, fine, leave me alone from the top of the key. I'll take it. And she drains it. And that's one thing. I know you can't be 100% from 3, but Pine City likes to leave a little bit of gap there because they're kind of wanting them to and say, hey, you're going to do that. We'll just kind of take our chances, but that is the danger of it. And meanwhile, this pass to Klepper a little bit high. Tesh is going to get the steal, and that's what I mean. You have to be on tonight if you're Pine City. No, it was Madison Gothman who got the rebound. Boland has to have that. Now Taylor from 2. Oh, they're going to let her cook early on. Meanwhile, here's a rebound that is tipped, and Boland is going to pull it down. Quickly up the court to Lottie. Now over to Gray. Gray threw some contact, I thought, but they're going to say no. Rebounded by Kylie Johnson. And here's Madison Gothman. Top of the key, she'll be guarded by Gray. Gray following her, now give to Tesh. Oh, kick back out. Taylor once again. I thought it was going to be good. That looked good from my angle. But it was not. Meanwhile, this give to Gray, she didn't. Oh, my goodness. Pine City has just got to simply put, just concentrate. They are not 100% reeling these passes in. They're not taking things cleanly. They're just kind of I don't want to say nonchalant because that's not the word, but I think they're just a little bit on edge at this point, trying to get it in and get the shot off quickly, so they need to settle down just a little bit. Meanwhile, Maggie Judd and Rediga Note check into the game for Lottie, and I couldn't quite see the other one. This shot's going to be no good. Rebounded by, that's Taylor. Taylor on the outside. It's Boland and Lottie, no, Gray and Lottie, who are subbed out. Meanwhile, here's Taylor, the pass out to her. She'll try and drive in along to his block by Klepper. And somehow Taylor got it back. And that's going to be a shot clock violation on the block from Mallory Klepper. Boy, was that huge. What a shot there. Mallory Klepper making her presence felt and saying, it is not going to be that easy. She'll inbound to Judd, and Judd will bring this ball forward. She'll call out the play now. Look, give to Boland. Boland wanting to go inside. There's just nothing there right now. She'll give to Unverzat. Unverzat will look. She'll give back to Boland, who is near the half-court line. She'll kick now to Ganote. Ganote, give outside. Klepper for three. That's off the mark. Rebound up for grabs, and oh my goodness. Unverzat was, there's got to be something there. They're going to, I guess, let them be a little bit more physical, but man, oh man. If it maybe wasn't a semifinal, that would have been called. Taylor left alone again. She's now covered by Ganote, and now she picks up her dribble. Give to Tesh. Tesh looking to Annabelle Goffman. Annabelle will try and drive, but Ganote gets there in time. And now Boland coming back to cover. Ganote will go to Tesh. She'll get a screen. Now there's Ganote. Oh, she gets by Ganote and will pull up. Unverzat with the hand in the face. It is no good. Rebounded by Klepper. Oh, I was going to say, no. Klepper gets the rebound, and the Wolves got a hand on it, but they stepped out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Pine City. Ganote and Unverzat out. In comes Lottie again, but also Rhea Johnson. And here come the Dragons back up the other way. Klepper gives on this near side to Lottie, and that's nearly stolen away by Taylor, and Lottie just a little too quick with that one. I know that you've got to pick up your pace a little bit with this Milaca defense, but that was one too quick, and the pass nearly stolen away, but Lottie catches a break there as that one goes out of bounds. They'll get the ball back. Rhea Johnson wanted the quick turnaround three, but it's not going to happen there. Judd will then drift to the top of the key. Call to play, give to Lottie now. Lottie looking for three. That's going to be a little bit, oh, no, excuse me. Lottie with the three, and she banks it in. I thought it was going to be too strong. I'm standing, you got to remember, behind and at an angle behind the basket that they're shooting at, so it looks a little funky when I'm seeing it come this way, but what a shot from Lottie. Now it's a steal! Rhea Johnson, oh, and she can't hold on to it. Oh, my goodness. That's a clear push by Tegan Taylor. She pushed Boland out of the way. So they're not going to say it was a steal. The clock is going to stay as it is. So they did not have possession long enough to be a turnover. Gray checks in for Judd. 12:04 to go in the first half, 7-6. I don't think any of us expected anything less, if I'm being honest. So it will be Milaca ball. Again, they tied it up. The possession arrow points their way. But I thought there was a push there, and I thought it was a pretty big one. But they did not agree. Now they give to Kylie Johnson. She's guarded by Klepper. Klepper trying to get the steal. Did knock it out. And it's going to be stolen away by Lottie. Thanks to Klepper. Now they'll get it back, though. That's why you got to be careful. Annabelle Goffman with the steal. And she drops it in for two. You can't be careful enough. And nearly another steal off. Yeah, we do get a steal off the inbound. Madison Goffman. And that is why, if you're Pine City, you cannot be careful enough on passes, because this Milaca team is so advantageous at getting to the ball. They are going to make turnovers. They're going to foul here on Vivian Lottie. It'll be her first. But that is the thing that you got to be careful. You can't be too careful when you're passing this ball. They got the steal. It was stolen right back by Annabelle. She dropped it in for two. And then on the inbound, Madison got it and drew the foul. Taylor left alone again. This time it's going to be no good. And it will be tipped to Annabelle for the rebound. She's guarded by Lottie. Now give to Madison at the top of the key. She looks for a screen, but there comes Lottie. Now kick over to Annabelle. She'll look for the screen. She's trying to get around one defender. Now into Unverzat. Shot is up. And they're good. It'll be a three-point play opportunity here for Goffman, as get a foul here on Pine City's Unverzat. And we'll get a timeout called. Is that by Milaca? Yeah, they are. Interesting. It'll be a Milaca timeout, so while they take one, we will as well. Back here after 30 seconds.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Back here on KBK and WCMP, 10-7 is our score. Milaca calls the first timeout. They are going to come out of the timeout, and it will be, I thought it was Madison Goffman who's going to go and shoot the and one. They have Annabelle. Huh. I thought it was Madison, but I did not see it correctly. This one is good. Well, I don't know if that's too surprising that she makes it an and one. So it's 11-7 after that. And here comes Klepper. Give it to Unverzat. Unverzat will looking for a clear pass and gets that to Judd. Judd will carefully give it over to Unverzat and now to Gray, but it's knocked out by Gothman. Yeah, you just can't be too careful, specifically around the Gothmans. I know they have other players on defense who can get it done. Anyone really on defense can get it done for this Milaca Wolves team, but if there are players that you want to make sure that ball does not go around, it's the Gothmans. And a foul, jump ball, foul, I can't tell. It is going to be a foul. So this will be the first time Milaca. Good job there by Mallory Klepper. No fear driving inside, and I think as we look at this game, I think that'll be one thing that the Dragons have to do more of is stay fearless on their drives to the basket, because if they want to win here this evening, they're going to have to force some more fouls out of Milaca to force them to sit back defensively. And the two players that are going to, I say possibly grab more fouls than anybody just because they're the two aggressive ones, are the Gothmans. So meanwhile here, this is 1 for 2 from Klepper, and it's rebounded by Johnson. 11-8 is the score. Here comes Gothman. Gothman will take it to the far side, get a screen, but Gray gets around that. Now she'll give it to Madison. Madison over to Taylor. Taylor dribbles, and now she'll drive, gets a screen to the top of the key, trying to give to Tesh. Tesh to a cutting Gothman, and that's good. Oh, they're going to get a foul on Klepper, I guess. Huh. Don't like that call. I don't know. She had her hands straight up and down. I don't like that call at all. I know they're calling it a contact, but I mean, I don't know, man. She was straight up and down. So another 3-point play though for Gothman. That'll make it 14-8. And Unverzat in a bit of a tough spot, gives to Bolin. Bolin trying to get around that defender. She does. She gets it up the court past the timeline. Now she'll try and drive, and again, another steal. And Pine City has got to take better care of the ball. They have not been taking good care of the ball lately. I mean, just in this first half in general, another steal. This one by Kylie Johnson. They've had already too many turnovers. That's now 5 steals alone for Milaca here in this first half, and we're 7.5 minutes in. So if you're Pine City, I think, again, they're just rushing things a little bit. They're just, right now, they're trying to press things too much, and that's what we've seen in their game against Melrose. They just kind of got out of themselves. We're rushing things a little bit, and unfortunately, we've seen that a lot this year where they start to rush things, they start to play outside themselves, and then all of a sudden they find themselves down, but then they're all of a sudden coming back because they slow things down, they take a breath, they're a lot more careful of where they're going with the ball, they're taking care of it, and then all of a sudden they're making a comeback and they're winning the game. So they just need to settle down, settle into this one, and understand, again, that can't get all 6 back in one. So we're going to they're going to redo the inbound because the music did not stop. So we'll redo the inbound here. It will be Gothman to Gothman, no surprise there. Annabelle will inbound to Madison. Yes, the music did not stop. And although I wouldn't mind the music continuing throughout the game, it's a little distracting for the players. So, but meanwhile, the inbound, and Gothman will bring it forward. She'll get the test, trying to find someone underneath. No one said to Taylor outside. Has to pull it down and now give to Gothman. Annabelle at the top of the key. She'll direct traffic, give to Tesh. Tesh will go to Johnson. Johnson back outside Taylor. Taylor trying to drive, give to Tesh. Now they'll hand off to Gothman. That's Madison. Kick outside Tegan Taylor for 3. That's going to be no good, and Unverzat will pull in the rebound. And going to get a foul here, and that's on, I didn't see it. Could not quite tell who that was on. I think they're going to get Madison Gothman with her first, team second. And that's the thing, if you can start, as I mentioned, be more aggressive and get them to draw more fouls, I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously, but that would be one huge thing, because then you can get them to back off just a little bit, and once they back off, this Pine City team is good enough to capitalize on that. But that's one thing that Gothmans do well. They don't pile up fouls real often. They're just so smart with how they play defense. This pass to Boland underneath, trying to give it off. It's going to be stolen away by Tesh. I think Boland was maybe asking for a little bit of a foul there. There was some contact, but I don't think enough for a foul. Meanwhile, here is Madison Gothman. She gives over to Taylor. Taylor will drift to the top of the key, give to Tesh. She wanted to go to Madison. That's where she'll go. Madison on this near side, on the elbow. Looking to go underneath to Tesh. Tesh going to try and back down Klepper, but that's Klepper. He might not be able to do that. Taylor will give back to Madison. Madison trying to drive. Give to Tesh. Now guarded by Unverzat. Oh, no way. They're going to get Unverzat for the foul. She had all ball there, Mr. Ref. Well, that'll be her second, team's fourth, and now Tesh will shoot 2. First one is good. 15-8, 3 in, 3 out for Pine City. Ganote, Gray, and Judd in for Lottie, Unverzat, and Johnson. So Milaca has not yet gone to their bench. Meanwhile, Tesh there is 2 for 2. And I think a big reason why is because, well, their defense is just playing so well right now that they don't need to, that they're forcing Pine City more or less into fatigue than they are themselves. And when you're winning a game and playing like you are defensively, well, that just feeds into your energy level. I know it seems weird to say, but it does. Meanwhile, this one is going to be, I guess they say, blocked and stolen away by Taylor. Folks, I apologize. I cannot see. I'm right at the end here, so anyone driving this side, yeah, I can't see. Meanwhile, there's Madison Gothman with a 3. That is good, and that will make it 19-8. And again, a steal for Annabelle Gothman. Luckily, she misses. But it's going to be rebounded by Madison. Another 3 here for Taylor. That one's going to miss, and it's rebounded by Klepper. Pine City just not taking care of the ball early on. They have to settle down. They're just rushing passes way too much, and they're not being aware of where the Gothmans are. I know it's going to get tiring for Pine City fans to hear Gothman this, Gothman that, but you simply put, you have to know where they are. Meanwhile, here's Judd. She wanted to give over to Gray. That's a smart pass to not, or smart choice to not go that way. Kick outside. Boland will go for 3. That's going to miss. And right in, almost in the hands of Gray. She'll put it underneath her legs, but it's going to wind up in the hands of Madison Gothman. So almost like a long snap, she kicked it out. Meanwhile, here's Taylor trying to go. No, she'll give underneath to Tesh, now to Johnson. Johnson draws the foul. It's going to go on Ganote. And Pine City just getting out of position now. That'll be the 5th foul, first on Ganote. And yeah, they're just getting out of position right now and not playing sound defense, and they just need to settle down. Meanwhile, we will have our first sub here for the Wolves coming in just a moment. First one here by Johnson is no good. Lottie checks back in. Not in yet, but it looks like it will be 15, Gianna Bolt, who will check into the game at some point. Meanwhile, this one from Johnson is no good as well. Rebounded there by Boland. So Boland will bring it up, give to Klepper. She's going to take the 3. I don't know if there was a hand that got on it or if she just thought too much about it, but it comes up short. And now the give back out here to Taylor. She'll give to Tesh. Tesh going to try and drive. She lost the ball, picks it up, wanting to give them. Oh, man. Come on, you got to let them play. If you're going to call that one, you got to call more of them down here for Pine City, too. Oh, my goodness. They're going to get Paige Gray for a foul. She knocked that ball out, and she pretty clearly got her hands all on the ball. So, yeah, I don't like that call. It'll be the 6th team foul. Timeout called here by Pine City. We'll take one as well.
ECE Fiber is built by your community for your community. Work, play, and stay connected to what matters most. We offer affordable home and business packages with no hidden fees and 24/7 support. ECE Fiber, easy to use, simple to set up. That's a cooperative difference. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com today.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Back here on KBK and WCMP. The Dragons early on struggling with turnovers here and just trying to take care of the ball, but they're still only down by 11. So 7:23 to go here in the first half. They've now piled up 16 fouls too, which is less than ideal. But you got to give credit to the Wolves. They are doing their job, exactly what they want to do defensively. The Gothmans have plenty of steals themselves, but it's been the whole team that has gotten in with the steals. Meanwhile, Gianna Bolt did check in. Here's Tegan Taylor again from 3. You just can't leave her wide open like that. You just can't. 22-8. Gray, a little bit hesitant to take that shot from 3. She pulls it down, kicks inside, and it was nearly stolen away. Now here's Johnson. She'll kick outside to Lottie. Lottie, she had Gray at the top of the key. Now we're going to get a foul here on Pines. No, on, they're going to call it on Bolt for a, they're going to get her for a push? I don't know. Just because I didn't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen, but that's a tough one. Meanwhile, here's a shot from Klepper. It's going to be no good. Madison Gothman will get the rebound. She'll kick all the way on the far side to Annabelle. Annabelle will slow it down on the edge, or on the elbow. The same thing, right? Lottie there, as is Bowen. She'll kick now to Madison. Madison guarded by Gray. She gets around, gets a screen, pull up just over Vivian, and that's going to be good for 2 from Madison. Now, all of a sudden, it's becoming lopsided here quickly, so Pine City needs to get something going offensively. But I think part of it is just the confidence bit. If they can get some confidence going here, and the cold streak shooting, as that one is missed by Klepper, that is one she don't miss. She's backing down in the fender in the paint, and just that turnaround little kiss off the glass, she doesn't miss that one. So that's how you know this is off right now for Pine City. So if they can settle into this one, get some confidence back, you're just going to have to play through you're just going to have to battle. They're just going to have to play through some being down some tough situations and come back and get it. Meanwhile, here's Rhea Johnson. She takes that in with the left hand, gets the steal. That's a big one. Meanwhile, here's Vivian Lottie. She'll go to Klepper. Now Klepper going to pull up a 3. I don't know, again, if Gothman got a hand on it or if it was just she thought once too many about it. Not quite sure. I don't know if there was a hand that got on it or not. But if it did, it would have been Madison's second block of the evening. Yeah, I couldn't quite listen. I don't have 20/20 vision, even with my glasses on. I'd need binoculars, and they're not that far away. So, give me a break. Meanwhile, here's the kick outside again. Taylor for 3. It goes long, luckily for Pine City, but there's Madison Gothman. Man, she's already piling up the rebounds. They'll try and go inside. Nearly stolen away. We're going to get a jump ball. Oh, at least we should have. Madison somehow got it back. Meanwhile, here's Madison. She'll try and drive. Take it to the basket. Not going to be good that time. Unverzat will get the rebound for Pine City. And wide open underneath. Rhea Johnson got open. And for Pine City, man, that was a desperately needed fast break shot there. Rhea Johnson, she just got behind the defense, snuck out, and she was wide open underneath the paint. Great job there, getting it down to her and getting that one in for 2. Now, they got a lot more work to do, but if they can continue that and just cut into this lead slowly but surely, they'll get right back into this thing. Here's Madison Gothman. Oh, my goodness, the touchiest. You gotta be kidding. Oh, my goodness. That is not a good call. I'll respectfully disagree. Vivian Laddie will get called for her second, but Coach Judd even looking at the ref going, come on. Come on. Let them play. You got to let them play a little. Man. Well, Madison Gothman will shoot and try and make it a three-point play. And it'll be no good. Klepper, no. It'll be rebounded by Milaca. I didn't quite see who got that one. It's going to be Judd. I'll get a foul here on Milaca. So they're going to get Gothman with her first. Well, Milaca has stayed out of foul trouble here in this first half. Pine City not so much, but I don't know. Some of them have been really touchy. Klepper will get set to inbound. Wanted to go to Judd. Instead, she'll find Unverzat. She gets up past the timeline. She's going to try and take it inside, and she draws. No, what? They're going to get a. Are you kidding? They're going to call that on Unverzat. Oh, my heavens. No way. In what? Oh, man. Well, that'll be Unverzat's third. Wow. I don't know what Unverzat could have done less. I mean, she was going up for the shot, and she gets called for the foul. I mean, I don't know. It looked like to me the defender initiated that contact because Unverzat was just going straight up for the shot. And now here's Taylor with another three. She has 12 points in this first half, and yeah, Pine City needs, I mean, they need a little something because it's just all going Milaca's way.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
We're out here on the range today to remind you that high school trap season is almost upon us. And if you or your favorite shooter needs to get geared up, the place to go is Almost Yours Gun & Pawn. They've got the largest selection of new and used firearms, plenty of ammo for practice and competition. They've got archery gear, conceal and carry classes, and loading supplies. So if you're getting ready to head out on the range, make your first stop to Almost Yours Gun & Pawn. Whew, nice one.
Back here on KBK and WCMP. First half not going the way the Dragons would like to see it go as of right now, but they still got a whole half to go, plus 3:54 in this one. Klepper will inbound to Ganote, and she'll give it right back to Klepper, and they'll try and bring it up the court. They're down by 19 early on, so less than ideal. Johnson, meanwhile, for three. That's good. And, well, she scored the last 5 points for Pine City, so maybe need to start feeding her the basketball. 29-15, or 29-13. I don't know why I put 15. I said, oh, that's why. I said she scored the last 5, and that's where the 5 came from. So 29-13 is the score. And yet another foul here on Pine City. They can't catch a break. That was going to go on Ganote. Be her second, team's 9th, and Tesh will shoot 2. First one's good. Gray will check in for Ganote. And Tesh makes them both. So she's 4-4 from the free throw line, and we get another timeout called there by Pine City. Yeah, we did. It will be 30 seconds, so we'll keep it here. And we'll remind you that stay tuned to the morning shows tomorrow, because we are going to announce our Pine Insurance Athletes of the Week. We do that every Wednesday morning And we will announce our Athletes of the Week. The last couple weeks we've done 2 Athletes of the Week, and I'm not saying that we're doing 2 for each station again, but I'm just saying 1 + 1 does equal 2. So that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. But stay tuned to the morning shows tomorrow as we will announce our Pine Insurance Athletes of the Week on the morning shows, KBK and Cool Country WCMP. 31-13, and the inbound for Pine City will go to Judd. Judd will give back to Klepper. And Klepper will take it right to the top of the key. Now she's trying to eye down Tesh. She'll take it to the basket and lay it in herself. I like that drive. She just realized she had the mismatch with Tesh and took it to the basket. And unfortunately for Pine City right now, if the Gothmans are around the ball, it's been kind of disaster. Oh, Madison Gothman got away with a push there. She was pushing the defender away and got away with one there. Meanwhile, Klepper's going to get the rebound on the miss, and then now we get a foul. That one's going to go against Tesh. Inbound will go to Judd. She'll give right back to Klepper. Now Klepper being guarded by Annabelle Gothman, and that's, kind of expected. And there again, another turnover. Annabelle Gothman, long 2 is good. Yeah, it's just, if they're on the ball, you got to almost pump fake it and hope that they fall for it and then give it off somewhere else. But this ball going to go out of bounds. Pine City just they're allowing it to get to their heads right now. And I know that seems mean to say because there's still plenty of time left, but they're allowing it to become a head game at this point, and they just gotta, understand that there's way too much time left. Madison Gothman with a good screen. She drains it from 3. Well, this is not the Pine City team we're used to seeing, obviously, and if they can turn things around, well, they need to turn things around, simply put, before the half, because if they go to half down by this much, it's not over, but it's just going to make it that much harder to try and come back in half number 2. Well, good movement of the ball here for Pine City. Kick outside, Lottie, there you go. And just off the mark, and Madison Gothman gets the rebound. Now they'll go quickly up to Taylor, try and kick it underneath the Tesh, but Klepper's there to knock it out of bounds. 2 minutes to go, 36-15. Pine City needs to turn it around in these last 2 minutes to try and get something going before the half. And just a few stops. If they can get a few stops, you'd like to see them score as well. And no matter where those scores come from. Meanwhile, here's the inbound to Tesh. She's going to miss. And Bolin will get the rebound. But as long as they are scoring and then making a couple stops. You don't need to score 3s all the time, but just getting a few scores. Meanwhile, checking into the game is Taylor Bachhoven. Give to Gray. Gray trying to go underneath to Lottie. Now back outside to Gray to top of the key to Klepper. Good grief. Trying to go underneath to Bolin. Now to Klepper. She drops it in for 2 plus the N1. So that will certainly help. And foul here is on, they're going to call on Kylie Johnson. Her first, team's 6th. So now Klepper will try and make it a 3-point play. And she does. So 36-18. Cut the lead in half with about a minute and a half to go in the first. Here's Madison. All of a sudden, I can't speak. Madison Gothman give to Annabelle. Annabelle gets around the edge. She'll put up a 3. And, while it may not have had, maybe shouldn't have gone in, it did. She had enough touch on it to get it to fall from 3 to make it 39-18. Bolin will look, trying to find someone in the paint. It's not going to happen. And again, another pass that was telegraphed by Annabelle Gothman, and she gets it to fall on the fast break for 2. You just can't be staring down who you're going to go to because, Annabelle, and I would like to say that it comes from her playing football, but she reads the eyes so well. And she just winds up stepping in the way right where the pass is going, much like zone coverage in football. Remember, she's a linebacker and running back in football, so she just reads the eyes, and she knows exactly where to go. Meanwhile, a 3 is missed here by the Dragons. It's going to go out of bounds, go back to the Wolves. And that's kind of what I was talking about. If Pine City can make a few stops, they didn't need 3s every time. They didn't even need to come out and score, 10 points before half. As long as they could keep Milaca off the board, that would have been huge. Meanwhile, here's Bachhoven. They're going to call a jump ball, and the possession arrow will favor Pine City. So they will get it back. Vivian Lotte will get a breather. Rhea Johnson will check in for her. Klepper will look to inbound. There's just nobody open. Maggie Judd finally gets open just in time, and Judd going to try and bring it up the court. She looks at Goth and realizes, I maybe shouldn't throw near her, and that's a smart play. So Judd will continue to drive. She lost it. Another steal for Gothman. She puts this one up. No good. And Madison Gothman with the rebound. 13 seconds to go. She'll go out for 3. That's going to be no good. Klepper gets the rebound. 6 seconds now. Klepper looks to Boland, and she wasn't ready for it. And another steal by Annabelle Gothman. She chucks it forward. It's going to be no good. But that is going to bring us to halftime. And man, oh man, Pine City's got a lot of work to do here in the second half. 41-18 is the score. And this will be a tough second half for Pine City. But if there's a team that has made some comebacks here this year and has made things interesting in the second half, it is this Dragon team. So don't go anywhere. We'll have our halftime show after a word from our fine sponsors. A halftime show brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Eat better, buy more, spend less is more than a slogan at Chris's Food Center. From fresh produce to top quality meats and prime rib dinner served every Friday night. Visit Chris's Food Center in Sandstone or check out their weekly deals at chrissfoodcenter.com.
The anytime for anyone that's got a little of everything for that special someone. Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries handmade, one-of-a-kind gifts. And whether you want to pick up a bouquet of flowers on the way home or have them delivered to the ones you love, think Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Rice Krispie Sheet Treat, just $14.99. Sweet Chaos Drizzled Popcorn are just $2 for $8. Snack Time Frosted Pretzels only $5.99 each. Ghirardelli Milk Chocolate Snowmen are just $7.99. And Shirley Temple 7-Up 12-packs, 2 for $12. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
Back here on KBK and WCMP at the Holmes Auto Body and Glass halftime show. Take a look at our first half stats here. Starting with the Pine City Dragons, it will be, thank you. And starting with the Pine City Dragons, leading the way in scoring, it was Mallory Klepper with 8 points, 5 for Vivian Lotte and Rhea Johnson. They had 8 rebounds for Mallory Klepper to lead the team. They had 2 steals, 1 block, and 9 team fouls. Turnovers at this point, let's see here if I can, turnovers. They had 14 turnovers there in that first half, and that seems like it's low, it feels like. But that is, to be fair, there were a bunch of good rebounds defensively for the Milaca Wolves, but 14 turnovers in that first half from Pine City. Meanwhile, only 3 for the Wolves. Scoring-wise, on the other side, leading the way for the Milaca Wolves, it was Annabelle Gothman with 15, but following close behind was Tegan Taylor with 12, then Madison Gothman with 10 for Azalea Tesh. Gothman led the team with 8 rebounds. Madison, led the team with 8 rebounds. Annabelle led the team with 6 steals. They had 12 total. She literally had half of their steals. Tegan Taylor got a block, and they only had 6 team fouls. And again, taking a look at it, turnovers-wise, only 3 in that first half for the Milaca Wolves to Pine City's 14. That would mean Pine City is minus 11 at this point in this game. Rebounds, well, they had 17, but only 2 on the offensive side. Meanwhile, for Milaca, pretty even. They had 19 rebounds in the first half, 10 for the defense, 9 for the offense. That is the big difference here in this game, is rebounding, turnovers, and then, well, shooting percentage as well. Pine City from 3 points right now, 18%. From the field, they're not shooting bad, 35%. But then you take a look at Milaca. Shooting 44% from the 3-point, 39% from the field. That is why there is this big difference in this game. And looking at that first half, Pine City just did not take good care of the basketball. They rushed things a little too much. They put the ball into bad spots, and again, they saw the deficit, and then they began to rush things a little bit. Then they started to get in their own heads, unfortunately, and just did not play their basketball. But they had plenty of opportunities, but again, they rushed things. You had, I think it was 3 steals off of the inbound for Pine City from Milaca, and then not even before half court, I think there were 2 or 3 more. So that's 5 to 6 steals, not even getting in up to half court that Milaca got. So for Pine City, one of the biggest keys to the second half absolutely is, hey, take care of the basketball. 14 turnovers. Again, while it could have been worse, you're getting out-rebounded by a lot. You're not getting any second-chance scoring opportunities. And Milaca is doing it all. And not only that, Tegan Taylor is, I mean, they've left her alone to kind of try and draw her in and then maybe get a block. It might be time to not leave any space for those young ladies outside, because whether it's Taylor, whether it's Annabelle, Madison, they're hitting from 3. Tegan Taylor, I'd be interested to see. Well, they say she was 4 of 11 from the three-point line. I don't know. According to the stats up here, I feel it maybe she was, but it definitely felt like it was a lot better of a percentage. It felt more or less like she was almost perfect. I know she did miss a few, but I thought she was about 4 of 7. But still, second half, well, for if you're Milaca, there's really no need to change much. I mean, what you did up to this point has gotten you this lead, so you don't really need to change much. If you're Pine City, understand you gotta take a second and breathe. It's not gonna all come back in one. It's probably gonna, if this comeback is gonna happen, it's gonna take all half, much like it did against Melrose. You're gonna have to go one possession at a time, and when you see Milaca start, to get into a rhythm, you gotta breathe. You can't panic too much. Then you gotta settle back down, play your style of basketball, and just go out there and have fun. And at the end of the day, remember, you just gotta have fun. The tough part is, this is tough to say because it's a double-edged sword. You got to remember to have fun, because this could potentially be your last game. And while I say it could potentially be your last game, it sucks because you don't want that to creep into your head and make it something where that starts to become something where they're thinking about it too much, and then that leads to more problems in the second half. But you also want to think about it because you don't want to lose this game. You don't want this to be the last one. So for Pine City, there's a lot going on. I think it just starts with simply playing your game. Take care of the basketball, play your game, understand it's not all going to come back in one, and that you're going to have to take it one possession at a time. That is what is going to have to happen here, just to keep it simple. Again, there's a lot going on here in the game, but just keep it simple. Play your ball. Meanwhile, here is the Wolves. It will be Annabelle to start the half with the ball. She'll creep over and give it to Madison now. Madison will drift to the top of the key. The Wolves will now shoot at this basket towards me at the east side of the gymnasium. Pine City will go to the west side. Meanwhile, this possession taking a while for Milaca. Not necessarily something they're uncomfortable with, but just something that we haven't seen too much in the first half. Meanwhile, here's a shot from 3. That is going to be no good by Taylor. Bolin will get the rebound. Bolin will bring it forward. Bolin gets by 1. She kicks over to Gray in the corner. Now to Klepper. Klepper lost it out of bounds. It will be touched last out by Milaca. And again, Madison Gothman was there. If they are on the ball, man, I said it before and I'll keep saying it, they are going to get their hands on it. Gray is going to get the ball after the inbound to Unverzat, and Gray will take a quick 3, and she makes it. So there you go. Come out and score the first points. That's a start. But now here comes Annabelle, drifting, giving it to Madison. Madison will drift to this near side, look and try and get by Bolin. Now she'll drive inside. Good screen there by Tesh. This ball going to be no good, rebounded by, I think it was Tesh, and then this shot going to be no good. She gets it again. Madison just a long 2. That's going to be no good, but there's Annabelle, and she gets it for 2. There you go again, though, if you're Pine City. That was 3 chances for Milaca, and you just can't have that. You just can't allow them to be coming out and getting 2, 3, 4 offensive chances when you made them miss 2 to 3 shots. Here's Unverzat. She'll give back out to Gray. Gray for 3. It's going to be no good. Klepper gets the rebound. Can't quite put it back on the reverse. And it's going to be rebounded, there by Annabelle. Annabelle will bring it forward. She'll look now to the far side. Give to Madison. Madison, ooh, she was open for a second. I don't know why she didn't take that one. That was a good look, but she's going to instead drive. And a stolen away or jump ball? I think we're going to say jump ball. Again, I can't quite see because there's a wall right in front of me that can't see straight down. So will be a jump ball, and this will go and be Pine City's ball. Now you get the arrow. Bolin. She'll give back to Klepper, and Klepper will bring it forward. She'll drift to the far side of the court. Give now to Bolin. Bolin back to Klepper. Klepper will try and go underneath to Unverzat, and that's their game that they like to play. But, man, a rare miss from Unverzat from that spot, and Taylor will get the rebound for Milaca. This ball up to Tesh. Now kick over to Johnson. Back underneath to Tesh. Tesh, no good. Oh, took a funky bounce. And that'll be another rebound for Klepper. Klepper will keep her distance from Annabelle. Now Boland gets around Madison, but Madison is there, and Boland just lost it inside and going to be taken away by Kylie Johnson, another steal. Annabelle kicks over to Tesh. Tesh drops it in for 2. So that's going to make it 45-21, and here come the Dragons. Boland looks. She'll go to Unverzat. And again, if you're Pine City, yes, you've had a couple possessions that haven't ended up in scores, and you've allowed them to score, but you can't allow that to turn it. Yeah, that's a clear push. My goodness, that happened 3 times in the first half, and they just called it. I don't even know who they called it on. It should have been 2. I think they said 12. Yeah, okay. It is. He didn't put up a 2. He put up a 1 and something else, so I wasn't quite sure. Maybe it was 10, and I'm blind. Meanwhile, here's Klepper with the turnaround jumper. That's going to be no good. And Gothman with another rebound. That's Madison, I should mention. This ball, deep pass to Taylor, and it's going to be too long. So we'll go back to Pine City. A rare mistake here by Milaca. So here come the Dragons back the other way. Boland now with it. She brings it forward. Kicks to Klepper. Klepper looks back to Boland. Boland over to Lottie. Lottie pulls it down, give to Klepper. Klepper looking, goes to the far side to Gray. Gray back to Klepper. Over now to Unverzat. She wanted the 3, just couldn't get there in time. And she drives to the basket, and she draws the foul, so she'll go and shoot 2. I believe they'll get this one on Tesh, which would be her 3rd. First one by Unverzat, no good. Bakoven will check in for Tesh. Looks like Johnson and Judd in for Gray and Lottie. Unverzat, no good on that one. 0 of 2 there for Unverzat, and it was Bakoven who got the rebound. Here's Johnson. She'll take the 3, and that's going to be good. Didn't have anything in the first half, and comes out here and gets a 3. 48-21. Meanwhile, here's Boland with the pass from Klepper. She'll go underneath to Unverzat. Unverzat going to try and back down the defender. Got the friendly bounce. And drops it in for 2. Speaking of another young lady who didn't get anything in the first half, Unverzat, and she gets her first points on the board there. And a lot of times, all you need is just to get your first points to get some confidence. We get a foul here on Milaca. I think they got Bakoven with a screen there? Not quite sure. I didn't see it. The ball was coming near side, so I didn't quite see who that was supposed to go to. Meanwhile, pass to Johnson. Too strong, and it was a tad behind, but your Pine City, these are ones you just got to have. So Gray will check into the game for Boland. And Milaca will get the ball back. Those are the mistakes that Pine City had way too many of there in the first half that, unfortunately, while it has crept into the second half, there's still time. Madison Gothman gets past. She gets a screen. Now trying to drive. She'll give out to Annabelle. Annabelle trying to drive, get around Judd. She gets the screen. Now on the elbow near side for 3. That's going to be no good. Gray will get the rebound for Pine City. Gray will kick up forward to Rhea Johnson. Back to Gray. Gray looking, give back to Judd now. Judd gets the defender to jump, now to Johnson. Johnson will drive. And we get oh, man. That's too bad. They called the foul before the shot because Johnson dropped it in for 2. We get this on Kylie Johnson, which would be her 3rd. Tesh back in for Bakoven, and Lottie back in for Unverzat. 4th foul for Milaca. They only have 3 up there on the scoreboard. Maybe I missed something. Judd will inbound to Klepper, trying to get through some traffic. Foul is called, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Tesh, which would be her 4th. Should be team's 5th. I think they're missing one here. First one's good from Klepper. So Tesh, unfortunately, has to go out with 4 fouls. And for her will be Bolt. Klepper's second one going to be no good. And rebounded by Johnson. Here come the Wolves back the other way on offense now. They'll give to Madison. Madison, you know, almost hold that stolen away by Gray, but she gets it back now trying to drive. She'll lob it over to Annabelle. She pulls it down, now give to Johnson. Back outside to Annabelle at the top of the key. She looks, she'll give to Taylor. Taylor with a screen, goes for 3. That one gonna miss, and now, Taylor's gonna get her own rebound. She'll kick back over Johnson for 3. That's gonna be no good, and Klepper will get the rebound. She gives to Boland. She'll give now to Klepper. Inside to Unverzat. Unverzat gets around the defender, drops it in for 2. 48-26 with 12.5 to go. Here's Taylor. She'll give now to Bolt. Now to Annabelle. She gets a screen. Elbow 3 on the far side. That's going to be good. Annabelle Gothman with another 3. Make it 51-26. Boland looks. She'll try and drive. She stops on the elbow, guarded by Madison. She has Gray there, and Gray is going to wind up getting it. Now she'll give inside to Unverzat, but Unverzat will give back to Klepper. Klepper give over to Boland. Boland will get to the top of the key. Now to Klepper again, trying to go underneath to Unverzat. Unverzat off the glass and in for 2. Well, there we go. We're finding a little bit more consistency here from Pine City, just getting something going in the game. And here is Taylor to Johnson. Johnson now to Annabelle. Annabelle again gets a screen, and Pine City has really struggled all game to get around the screen, but they get lucky and a miss for 3, and Klepper with the rebound, and Unverzat is fouled hard. And a little bit of animosity between teammates as Kylie Johnson not too pleased with her teammate, as she was, I guess, supposed to be somewhere, and she was not there in time, so she got a little bit upset. Of either 6th team foul, her 4th. And that's one thing you don't want is to have teammates yelling at each other. And great to see the leadership of Annabelle Gothman, who came over and said, hey, we can't be doing that to each other. Settle down. We'll get it back. Don't worry. Love to see that from Annabelle Gothman. Great leadership. Meanwhile, Unverzat is at the line. She made the first and will make the second. There you go. 51-30 now. Good job. Meanwhile, here comes Madison Gothman with it. Madison will give over to Annabelle. She has it. And she'll try and drive. She'll get around to defense, give to Bachhoven. Bachhoven to Madison. Madison Gothman going to try and drive. Fakes the shot. Shot is no good. And they call a foul here on Pine, but I'm not sure on who. Got this one on Klepper. Huh. Don't know that I like that one either. Klepper kind of looks at the scoreboard and goes, that's not me? Yeah. I don't know that it's not the right call, but it certainly shouldn't have been on Klepper, I don't think. I think there was a foul, but not on Klepper. At least from my angle. She looked like she went straight up and down, had her hands up as well. So, meanwhile, Madison Gothman at the line for 2. She makes the first and makes the second. So Gothman 2 of 2 that time, and it's 53-30. Judd into the game. She brings it forward for the Dragons. Get past the timeline. Now she'll give over to Klepper. Force that pass into Madison Gothman. And, Klepper just kind of asking herself, what all can I do here? She's going to draw, I guess, another foul, trying to get the block there. They'll say she got more than the ball. That's close. I don't know. So Madison Gothman will shoot 2 again. The first one is good. Lottie and Bolin in for Judd and Klepper. And this one's good for Madison as well. So Madison Gothman 2 for 2 that time, 55-30. Apparently I didn't sleep enough. Here comes Boland with it. She'll try and cross over the defender. She does. Nice spin move. Now she's going to try and get inside, put up a shot. That one a little bit off the mark, but she gets it there, and this shot going to be no good. Rebounded by Unverzat. This is no good from Unverzat. Rebounded by Madison Gothman. They quickly go up the court trying to get it to Bachhoven, and Bachhoven cannot pull it in cleanly, and that'll go through her hands out of bounds, so the ball will go back to Pine City. Rare again. Not too many mistakes here tonight for the Wolves, but a rare one there. So here come the Dragons with it. Boland will look. She'll kick over to Gray. Now top of the key to Johnson. She wanted that 3. There's just nothing there. Boland inside underneath the basket. Puts that one up and got the bounce. Nice touch there by Boland on that one to get that one to fall. 55-32. And now, going to get a foul here. Gray, yep. That's the correct call. Gray is going to get the foul there. That'll be her second, team's third. And it looks like Klepper and Ganote will check in for Unverzat and Johnson. Inbound will go to Annabelle. Annabelle works it to the top of the key. She looks to Madison. She gives her the pass. Looking for a screen from Bachhoven. Ganote takes over now to Klepper. And that one's going to, nifty touch there from Madison Gothman. She got the roll on that one. I didn't think she was going to get that one over Klepper. She did. What a great touch. Meanwhile, here's Ganote going to try and go underneath the Boland. Boland almost had that one stolen away. She'll kick back outside to Gray, back inside to Boland. Boland going to try and drive baseline. She gives to Ganote. Ganote going to try and drive inside. She gives underneath to Lottie. And, well, Lottie gets it stuck in the crease there of the basket, of the backboard and the rim. And they'll get one of the, I think someone from the scorer's table, not sure if he is a Benny's basketball player or a Johnny's basketball player or not, excuse me, but he went out and got it. He's at least taller than me, so that's, anybody taller than me is a basketball player. No, I'm kidding. But Lottie will shoot 2 after the foul there called on Tegan Taylor. It's her first, and Lottie, first one, just gonna miss. And that one, rattles out, but Klepper gets the rebound, and she's fouled again. So Lottie misses. Klepper gets the rebound. She's fouled. She'll go and shoot 2. I'm going to call this one on Taylor Bachhoven. And Klepper will, first one, going to be no good. And that one's good. So 1 of 2 there for Klepper. And we'll get a timeout called here by Pine City. 57-33 is our score. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, we'll take a timeout as well.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Back here on KBK and WCMP. Remember, after this game, we'll have the other side of the bracket semifinal where the Main Streeters of Sauk Center will take on the Foley Falcons, and we could potentially have a Granite Ridge Conference section championship if Foley were to beat Sauk Center. Milaca, Foley were number 1, 2 all year long. Wouldn't that be something to have those two in the Granite Ridge Conference Championship? No, the Granite Ridge teams in the section championship. That would be pretty darn cool. Meanwhile, out of the timeout, it will be Milaca ball. It's Annabelle. She'll give over to Madison, and Madison will look, trying to drive and get around Mallory Klepper. She'll kick back outside to Annabelle. Madison kick back to Annabelle again after she got it in the corner. Now Annabelle looks for a screen, kick over there to, can't quite see the number. Now to Annabelle again, though, at the top of the key. 7 to shoot, 6. Madison looking. She'll look for the screen, and she'll put up a 3. It's good. When you're on, and that is what the Wolves here are tonight. Klepper gets the pass from Ganote. Klepper looks back to Ganote, but there's nothing there, so Klepper's going to try and drive inside. She had it poked out by Taylor, and it will be stolen away by Madison. Surprisingly, Annabelle had 6 steals there in that first half. She hasn't added another one yet. Meanwhile, here's Tegan Taylor. Yeah, that was a bit of a rush shot there from Taylor. I know she was wide open, but I would like to see her pull that one down, pass to someone else, and try and find maybe a better shot or a closer shot. Meanwhile, Gray and Ganote out, Johnson and Unverzat in. And Klepper will inbound to Bolin. Klepper looks, waiting. There's nothing there, so she'll give the Unverzat now underneath. Back top of the key. Klepper will shoot the 3. That's going to be off the mark. And it will go out of bounds, and it will go back to Milaca. Here comes Annabelle Gothman with it. Right up the court, calling out the play, and now she'll give underneath to Tesh. Tesh will look, give to Madison. Madison trying to go around. Now she gives outside Taylor to Johnson. Johnson back underneath to Tesh. Tesh trying to drive. She almost lost it. She picks it back up. Now underneath to Madison. Madison gets it back. That one was, I thought, at least tipped, and this. Can he get oh, no. Did Tesh get a foul? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I could not see because it's right in front of this wall that I have blocking me, which prevents me from seeing anything right underneath. So I couldn't see. But apparently Tesh got a foul. Sadly, that's her 5th. So she's going to be out for the remainder of this one. That sucks. That sucks. I don't ever want to see anybody foul out or get injured in a game. You want both of the best players out there for each team, but man, yeah, I couldn't see it. It's right up underneath this wall that I have kind of in my view, so couldn't quite see. Meanwhile, it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Klepper. The first one's going to be no good, and it's rebounded, though, by Lottie. So Lottie gets the rebound. Now going back underneath to Unverzat. That shot's going to be no good. And it was taken back by the Wolves. Here's Annabelle. She'll underhand it to Madison. Gets a screen here. And the 3 from Madison is going to be no good. Klepper is there to pull it down for Pine City. Bolin. She'll kick to Johnson. Johnson wanted the 3, then she decided to drive. Now backs it out to Klepper. Now to Lottie. Now to Unverzat. Unverzat fakes the shot, drives, and she traveled. Man, it was so close, too. I thought she was going to push it back out to Lottie, who kind of was in her spot. She overtook her spot and then was going to kick back out, I thought, but instead she tried to go for the shot, and I think she just got caught in between both actions, and unfortunately gets called for the travel. Meanwhile, again, Wolves with it offensively. Taylor gives to Johnson. Johnson now to Madison. Madison will look for the screen. Madison gets around 1 and is fouled. And Madison gets this one to fall, plus the and 1. This one's going to go against Lottie, her 3rd, team's 4th. So Madison trying to make it a 3-point play. And that one's good. So she makes it a 3-point play. Madison Gothman having quite the second half. That'll make it 64-33. Here comes Bolin for the Dragons. Now she wanted to go to Klepper. It's Vivian Lotti. And then she had it poked out. It's Annabelle Gothman. That's her first steal of the second half. She'll bring it forward and just put it up at the free throw line, and that's good for 2. 65-33. Boland looking, will go to Unverzant. Unverzant on the elbow, gives to Lotti. Oh, I thought she was going to take that 3. She had a little bit of space, but instead decides to pull it down. Now Lotti will take it on the give from Unverzant. That's going to go, and it'll be missed. And then Johnson, I think that's a travel when you fall to the ground with the ball. Well, either way, this pass up to Taylor will be a little bit long, and it will go out of bounds, so go back to Pine City. Here comes Boland. Boland to Klepper. Klepper. Kick out on this near side for Gray. Oh, in and out, and it will fall into the hands of Annabelle Gothman for the rebound. And she'll bring it forward now and get a timeout called here by Coach Haas, and he is not too pleased with something. Gave the ref an earful. Not sure if he saw something foul-wise that wasn't called, or I'm not sure, but he was not too pleased with something, and he's going to call his girls in, and they'll take a timeout. We'll take 30 seconds as well.
When Minnesota winter hits hard, you want a heating expert who gets central Minnesota. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance, your hometown pros for furnaces, repairs, and smart upgrades that keep your home warm without burning cash. Locally owned, trusted for decades. Fast, honest service from people who live where you live. Stay warm, Minnesota. Dale's Heating and Appliance, the local heating experts who've got you covered. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com to set up your consultation today.
Back here on KBK and WCMP, Wolves trying to punch their ticket to the section championship for Section 6AA. If they hold on, they would play on Friday back at Hollenbeck Hall at St. Cloud State. Well, whoever wins this game will be there. We'll be there. And already some emotion starting to pile up for Pine City. I mean, this one is not over yet, but 32 points going to be hard in 5:20. And we get a foul here on Boland. Boland just trying to get the ball back, trying to make something happen. Boland will pick up her first. So here come the Dragons. Madison gets the pass from Annabelle, and Madison another 3. Wow, 68-33. What a half for Madison Gothman. She has been connecting from seemingly anywhere she's wanted to. Meanwhile, here's Paige Gray with a 3. That's going to be no good. A race for the rebound is going to be won by Boland. And Boland will keep it away from the defender. Now to Unverzant. That's going to be off the mark, but Klepper pulls it back down, and she drops it in for 2. So here come the Wolves, obviously not in any hurry to do much with this one. They've got this one pretty well in hand. Again, you hate to see a game is over before it's over, but 4.5 minutes, so it's a 33-point deficit. It's going to be hard to overcome. Meanwhile, here's Vivian Lotti with a big steal. And now we'll get a foul here on the Wolves. It'll be on Madison Gothman, her second, team's 10th. So that puts Brooke Boland at the line for 2. And, well, I guess we're going to be in running time. That was going to be no good. I think the point threshold is, I thought it was 35, but it must be 30. So that is why we have the running clock. And I don't know. I understand you got to stick with the rules, but I feel like in this type of situation when a team is, a team season is coming to an end, especially in the playoffs, unless it's like 50, 60 points, I think, especially with, come on, 4 minutes left. We don't really need the running clock, but again, you got to stick with the rules. Here's a shot that is missed by Madison Gotham. You won't see her miss many of those. Annabelle gets the rebound, and now she'll kick over to Taylor. Back to Annabelle, now on this near side to Madison. Madison will go to Bolt. Back to Madison. Well, there she goes. Gets that one back in for 3. Yeah, I don't like the fact that we got running clock here again. The team season is going to come to an end. Meanwhile, Bolin shot no good. Rebounded by Unverzade. It was knocked out of her hand, and it will stay with the Dragons. Bako, and we'll check into the game. But even if it wasn't a local team, their season's coming to an end. You gotta let them finish playing a full game. Having a clock that is not stopping is, I don't know. Again, they got to stick with the rules, though, so I understand it. You can't just, because a season's coming to an end, you got to stick with the rules, no matter if it sucks or not. Meanwhile, the Wolves get it back off a missed shot from Klepper inside. Here is a shot there from Bolt. That's going to be no good, and Klepper will get the rebound. She's got a lot. This ball knocked out from behind, Unverzat by, Annabelle Gothman, I apologize. And Annabelle Gothman nearly gets another steal, but that one will roll out of bounds. Looks like we'll get a substitution here. Looks like Luella Rail into the game. So they get her into the game. Meanwhile, here's a 3 from Lottie. That's going to go long. And it'll be knocked out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by, I don't know who. Well, that's going to do it. Pine City going to bring in their backups. And really unfortunate. So 20 and 22, Clea Berglund and Michaela Klepper will check in for Pine City along with Judd and Johnson. And Ganote also going to get, oh, good Lord, I can't keep up. Milaca's got their backups in. They've got 3, 12, and 51. I'll get those names to you in a second. 3 is going to be Kylie Kronmiller. Meanwhile, here's Judd. She wanted the 3. She lost it. Give it back. And now for Michaela Klepper. Oh, Michaela Klepper for 3. And that has got her senior sister up. And standing ovation from the entire bench. 30 seconds to go. Milaca will not need to do anything else. 12 for the Wolves is Ariana Anderson. Michaela Klepper gets a block. And that should do it. Shouldn't need to. Oh, they're going to put up a shot anyways. Well, they don't need it. It was a missed shot, rebounded there by Ariana Anderson, and that is going to do it. Man, oh man. The Dragons fall here to the Milaca Wolves. 71-34. Man, such a tough loss here for the Dragons. And especially these 4 seniors. What a season it has been. And like I said, I have been calling games for those 4 seniors since they were in 8th grade. It has been quite the journey to see this team play and see where they've come from as 8th graders, and then they get to here as a senior, see all the ups and downs that they've been through. But that is going to do it. Well, the final here, 71-39. We're not going to get much of a post game, if at all, until after the Foley game. So if you're a Pine City fan looking for the post game, I apologize. There's a game right after this that we're calling for Foley, so we've got to get going. But we'll wrap it up quickly here for Pine City. Just a tough loss here tonight for the Dragons. Not the way they wanted this one to go. And early on, it was it was Milaca that just started to grab some turnovers, get Pine City to think too much about it, and that's kind of how this game went, as Mallory Klepper finishes with 12 points, Paige Gray with 3 for Brooke Boland. Then we got 2, 4, 6, 8 for Unverzat, all of those in the second half. 5 for Lottie, then you had 5 for Johnson as well, and then 3 for Michaela Klepper. A plethora of rebounds for Mallory Klepper. She had, 3, 6, 8 in the second half for a total of 16. They only had 3 steals all game, 1 block, and fouls in the second half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so total of 15 there. For the Wolves, they were led in scoring, I think, by Madison Gothman. I'll have to do the math, but Kylie Johnson had 3, 12 for Tegan Taylor. Then for Annabelle Gothman here in the second half, she had 22 points, total, I should say. Then 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 28 points for Madison Gothman, as I kind of figured. 6 for Azalea Tesh. Rebound-wise, it was Madison who led the team with 11 points, or rebounds, 1, 2, 3, 4 steals in the second half for a total of 16. They only had the 1 block, and then in the second half they piled up the fouls, unfortunately. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here in the second half for a total of 16. So just a tough way for this one to end, and not the way, and again, that's what's unfortunate about this is, unfortunately, one of our local teams is going to lose, one of them is going to win, and no matter what, it's going to be a little bit heartbreaking because, again, like I mentioned, I've been calling games for Pine City, these Pine City young ladies, since they were in 8th grade, so it's a bit of a somber experience to watch these young ladies fall here in this one. And I just want to say to all 4 of them, to Brooke Boland, Mallory Klepper, Vivian Lottie, and Paige Gray, it has been quite the honor to continue to watch you grow throughout your careers, to see the progress that you've made, to see where you've come from as 8th graders, just subbing in off the bench late in games to your freshmen getting more and more playing time. Then as sophomores, they started from there on out to seniors. So it's just been an incredible run to watch this team and what they've been able to do. And again, to those 4 seniors, Vivian Lottie, Mallory Klepper, Brooke Boland, and Paige Gray, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this journey. Thank you so much for coming up and doing interviews with me after games, after tough losses, and all the in-between, after great victories. It has been an honor to be able to call your games. It has been a blessing to get to know you all. I know I haven't really known you personally, but I got to know you as players and then a little bit as people as well, and it has been quite an honor to be able to call your games and get to know you. So I appreciate you for allowing me to be a part of at least your athletic careers for the last, 5 years now. So it has been an honor. Again, a huge shout out to the Pine City seniors, Vivian Lottie, Brooke Boland, Mallory Klepper, and Paige Gray for allowing me to be a part of what has been a special, special career for all 4 of them. If you're listening on KBK, be sure to stay tuned after this game. After we end this stream, we'll go live right after this because we got Foley and Sauk Center coming up. I'll go a little bit longer in the postgame here just to say again, Milaca has punched their ticket to the Section 6 AA Championship on Friday at St. Cloud State. Now, what time will they play? Well, I can tell you. They'll play at 6 p.m. against the winner of Foley and Sauk Center. But again, for Pine City, congratulations to you on a great season and all the success that you have had over your careers for the seniors. And congrats to Milaca. They are back. They're back. They are back at the section championship. We will be there, whether it's against Foley or Sauk Center. We'll be there as they try to punch their ticket to the state tournament. But we could wind up having, again, 2 local teams and a Granite Ridge conference matchup in the section championship if Foley were to win this game over Sauk Center. But we can only wait and see. Now, I know a lot of you Milaca fans are like, come on, talk about Milaca, but I just want to give my respects to Pine City and their fans as well because they're listening in on WCMP, and it's their team that lost. We get to talk more about Milaca because we get to talk about them on Friday, so we'll talk more about them on Friday. But, again, just want to give a huge shout-out to Patrick Judd, head coach of the Pine City Dragons, for coming up and talking to me all throughout his first 3-4 years now, and being so gracious to do that after games. And then, again, for the 4 seniors, Mallory Klepper, Vivian Lottie, Paige Gray, and Brooke Boland, for coming up after games the last 2 years and talking with me in the post game, even, again, after big wins, close losses, and everything in between. it has been fun to be on this journey with you in watching your growth in your careers and as your athletic profiles have grown, and it's been fun to watch, and I appreciate you letting me be a part of it. The Wolves get the victory over Pine City, 73-39. They're back in the section championship. For Pine City, their season does come to an end. I thank you all for tuning in so much. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors. Obviously, we can't do it without them, and we also can bring you this game for free because of our fine sponsors, so we appreciate all of them. I appreciate you, our loyal listener, for tuning in. We really can't make this happen without y'all either, because if nobody tunes in, well, then they're telling us, hey, if there's nobody tuning in, we don't need to go out. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in to a tough game for Pine City. Again, not the way they wanted to go, but for Milaca, they're back in the section championship. Well, that is pretty much going to do it for me here. Again, I don't want to repeat myself too much. I don't want to be too one-sided on it, but again, with Pine City losing, just trying to give them the recognition that they do deserve. But tough loss here for Pine City tonight, and again, congratulations to their team on their accomplishments that they've had over this season. What a great season it was. A fun run. It was great to watch them. And congrats to the 4 seniors, Paige Graybrook, Bolin, Vivian Lottie, and Mallory Klepper on their great careers in basketball. Allow me to be a part of it, and for always coming up and doing a postgame with me. I have greatly appreciated it. Well, that is going to do it for this broadcast. Again, if you're listening on KBK, be sure to tune in right after this one's done, because we're hopping right back on KBK after this stream ends for Foley and Sox Center. But for WCMP and KBK, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Tune right back in after the stream ends on KBK for Foley and Sox Center. But for Milaca and Pine City fans, thanks so much for tuning in. And for Pine City, once again, congrats on a great season. Congrats to Milaca getting back to the section championship. We'll be back after just a short pause in the action on KBEK for Foley and Sox Center. So tune in over there for that. Otherwise, if you're Pine City fans, thanks so much for allowing me to be along for this ride this year. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening to all the things that I've had to say. I know some of them have been stupid and stuff, but I appreciate you for letting me be a part of the season. That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wait just a moment because, okay, it looks like So we'll be back in just a moment here on KBK as well. And then we'll also be off on WCMP. So appreciate y'all. And for WCMP and KBK, thanks so much for tuning in. Pine City, congrats on a great season once again. If you're listening on WCMP, have a great rest of your night.